tale of 12 old men, one of whom will fail to impress his peers cause of a team so stale. It's the wrong way roundabouts. It's the wrong way roundabouts.
Matt Frankel, welcome back to the podcast, sir.
Thanks for having me.
So are you going to mention the fact that I fucked up and didn't record our first go-around at this?
No, I was going to let you say it. I knew you would.
I feel like honesty is important in this sort of podcast, honesty and authenticity.
Yes, that's what all our viewers expect.
Yeah. So this is now the second week in a row. So in that episode we were talking about 2 minutes ago when I was not recording.
An amazing conversation that you guys didn't hear and probably are going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
We're going to go back. We're going to see if we can recreate it.
Okay.
I remember everything we talked about. Starting with the fact that Matt Frankel is back on the podcast. He is a co-host today. He's not a guest.
Thank you.
He is our second co-host. Tim Arts beat you.
Well, you know what? That's okay because Tim Arts likes to basically tease me about beating my listening numbers and having higher viewership. So it's good to be able to let him set the tone so I know what to beat.
It's not just him. It's Brian Fagan that you've got to compete with as well.
That makes sense. Brian Fagan is smart, and he likes to talk about smart things, and that's good stuff to listen to.
And he has bodies on his farm.
And I can't compete with dead bodies. I can give you Karen Reed and Love Island, but I cannot give you dead bodies. So
Karen Reed and Love Island. I'm glad you brought those up because Matt, we've run into each other at the pool. You've always given great feedback about the podcast. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. No, it's great.
And one of your points of feedback has consistently been that we do nothing at all to appeal to the female audience.
I would say, yeah, that's accurate.
So you're going to help today? You've got some.
Yeah, I got some things that I think for our female demographic will appreciate being peppered in. You know, how I got to be the guy who represents the female demographic will probably be another conversation, but I feel like I have a lot of good input from my wife.
Okay, we're gonna need it. I can contribute. You got me invested in this Karen Reed story.
Good. Yeah, it's
I've
crazy.
watched the entire HBO documentary. I am following along with Turtle Boy on Twitter.
So, Turtle Boy is the guy who broke it, right? So funny enough, with Abby, she was on the Karen Reed story 3 years ago, like whenever it was before it was the first trial because there was a mistrial and then they had a second one. Like when the girl was going up for like arraignment, like because this Turtle Boy guy had blown the whistle on it like super, super early. So she'd been following that for years. So it's like funny now that obviously it was so big in the news, especially the retrial, the Max show I think that you watched. Yeah. I think there's maybe like a Hulu one. I mean, obviously there's big money in it.
Oh. There's another documentary?
I want to say there's maybe two. There's definitely the one on Max though. So, but like for a lot of these people that Abby would like talk to who were just hearing about it, like as the trial for the first time, hearing all this stuff, she's like seen and heard all of this. So it's just like, was funny because I hadn't watched all of it as much as she had. So I was kind of in between of, I know some of this stuff, but I know the other stuff. But it's just funny how she got turned on to this randomly. This Turtle Boy, like who's even Turtle Boy in the first place, gets this huge thing. And so it was just crazy that how big it got. And we're into that kind of stuff though, too. Like the, what's the, like, if I remember going back, it's our Casey Anthony, you know, like,
that bitch.
Yeah, that bit locked in. I don't know what it is about, I guess maybe our age range that grew up with the OJ trial kind of set the tone. You know, like I was probably 9, 10, and it was like primetime viewing was the highlights of all the OJ stuff.
So I remember when OJ was in the Bronco with Al Cowling, right? That was his buddy's name. My family we used to live in New Jersey and we were driving to Florida for a vacation. We used to do that every year. We would drive from New Jersey to Orlando, and my aunt lives down there. We go to the theme parks, etc. But my parents had bought one of those little portable TV units that you plugged into the cigarette lighter and just tuned into over the air. And we watched, that's one, I don't know if this is good or bad, That's one of my everlasting like family memories, core memory, watching the OJ trial while we're driving to Florida.
Do you know
not the trial, the chase?
What is so crazy about that chase is there is literally a documentary about the Knicks and the Houston Rockets NBA finals game going on at the same time, and they literally had to like break away from this game. And I remember like being young and in New York. Upstairs, we were watching the basketball game. Downstairs, you'd go to watch like the trial. But they made an ESPN documentary, basically like going back and forth between the two things in like real time and just kind of documenting everything that was going around in that time frame that the game and the chase was going on. But just that's a moment that will be forever enshrined in anybody's head who like lived through it.
You ever think like those sorts of moments are if not dead, certainly dying? Because TV is dying. Look, that's part of the issue. Like the proliferation of the streaming services, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok taking over the way people are actually like consuming media. It's not a shared experience.
Correct.
Anymore.
I agree with that. It's a very like you don't even know what you're watching is real.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and definitely don't want to like delve too much into that, but it's just like truly you have to fact check anything that you say, that you read or see triple times.
All right. So the other reason, you're here for many reasons,
yes.
Matt.
But the female voice, I got you, ladies.
Female voice is one of them. Thank you for rejoining us in the pod. Our normal host, Andres, is out on vacation. He is in Turks and Caicos.
Fuck you, Andres.
How many are we going to get today?
Well, I think over under is probably 9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
We can squeeze it in?
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck you, Andres.
There's 2. So Andres is on vacation, so you're gonna have to do your best Andres impression today.
That shouldn't be very hard.
Okay. So look, we've got a full slate of topics.
Yeah, good stuff.
I will say this for our audience. Normally, when people show up on this show, that they will, we'll chat back and forth, and we'll discuss what we're going to talk about. And I'm like, hey, if there's anything you want to talk about, send me a list. Nobody ever does, right? People just show up and we bullshit for an hour and a half. Matt Frankel sent me in Word format, probably a 1-page long list of league suggestions he has.
Yeah.
Some of these are terrible.
Oh, Matt, and that's the point. That's the list of that is stuff that I've just seen people do. 99% of the stuff we would never do. I probably wouldn't even want to do all of them, but something sticks and it just makes the fun, the league just a little bit more interesting that year. I mean, that's why all that stuff is available for you in the first place.
All right. Well, it's going to be...
Some of it is just to piss people off, because we're just a couple neighborhood buddies playing fantasy football for fun. But we also pay the most money of any league. It's the only league I'm in when the person who loses has to do a horrible punishment, except for Andres.
Fuck you, Andres.
There you go.
I got you on
that. Yeah. It's, let's make it spicy. And it's some of those, like I said, I just want to piss some people off because everybody gets so pissed when you just suggest any little thing, especially when I do. I could suggest something and people are like, blah, blah. You could be like, hey, why don't we ever try this? And we'll be like, oh, that's an interesting, let's talk about it, which is fine. I can be the villain.
So for those that have been complaining that this podcast is no longer about fantasy football, today's going to be fantasy football heavy. Yeah. We're going to talk about the women topics.
Yep.
We're going to talk about proposed league changes. We're going to talk about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein is not dead.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but Love Island, I got you.
Love Island. But
I'm a mommy.
Before we get to any of that, Matt, since you were last on the show, we actually have sponsors. Can you believe that?
It's amazing.
Somebody's paying money
to
be on this shit show.
Have they heard it?
Yeah, I don't, apparently. and the check still
Shout
cleared.
out to the commish. I mean.
Yeah, he's doing a hell of a sales job on that one.
He's literally on fire.
So since you are doing your best Andres impression, and because your name is also Matt, I feel like it's kind of a natural association.
This is perfect.
Can you go ahead and can you take care of Matt's pressure washing read?
Yeah.
You can read it. You can improvise.
Okay.
Let's see if you were auditioning for a role. Give us your best Matt's exterior washing read.
All right. No pressure. You're no pressure.
Where's my little trombone thing? I get it.
This episode is brought to you by Matt's Exterior Washing, proudly serving Cumming, Alpharetta, and the surrounding areas. They're your top-rated choice for pressure washing, window cleaning, and holiday lighting services. Call the pros at Matt's Exterior Washing. Whether you're prepping your home for summer or just want to boost your curb appeal, To get in touch, visit mattexteriorwashing.com or call or text at 770-910-4423.
Wait, what is the URL? Matt?
Yeah, I messed that up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, say that he's paying money for this. You got to at least get the URL right. Say it again.
Do you want to do the whole thing?
No, just read the URL so people know. Okay. If somebody goes to Matt Exterior Washing and he loses a sale because of that.
You're going to edit this anyway.
No, I'm not. I don't edit anything. This is all staying in there.
Okay. This is good for me to know now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only edit where I screw up.
Oh, okay. I see how it goes. All right. To get in touch, visit Matt's Exterior Washing, MATTSSEX ERIRWASING.
The other thing that gets brought up here, so obviously Matt does exterior washing. That's his bread and butter, cleaning things. But he does holiday lighting displays too. So you can hire these guys if you don't want to hang up your own Christmas lights.
And have your own little Chevy Chase moment.
Yeah, or conceivably Halloween decorations if you're like Robbie. Although I have a feeling Robbie would not trust anybody to hang up his own or hang up his Halloween decorations.
Not. Absolutely not. Which good. I could respect that. Right? I mean, you know.
But our board, if anybody from the board is listening, and at this point, based on Teague's message, I'm not sure that there are still members of the board.
Any ex-board members listening.
Yeah, he's looking for replacements. But board members, Matt's Exterior Washing will do the Halloween lights for the neighborhood. You should hire them.
Yeah, I second that.
All right. And we have a second sponsor.
All right, you got it.
So Todd Early and Phil Early, the Early brothers over at Platinum Property Management. So they were on. Did you listen to Todd's episode? He was on a couple weeks ago. He's a cool dude. Yeah. Actually, I stopped by the Platinum Property office last Friday. I was over there. So I'm scouting the location for this Halloween seance episode that we're doing. Walked all around. The house is legitimately like 150 years old. He walked me into their creepy basement that was flooded, and apparently like a caretaker was living in there. And I did get some kind of immediate creepy vibes.
That's crazy.
So I think
you should have had a little GoPro on.
I think that's going to be the location.
Okay.
It's unfinished. It's dank, dark. It's underground. There's that angle to it.
I am here currently in Mr. John Black's basement.
Good pull. Good pull. You're beating Andres on the soundboard already. But aside from managing his haunted building over there, he also will manage your properties if you're looking to put your house up for rent or lease. Call the
not in this neighborhood. No.
Well, I mean,
we've had our limit.
Well, we tried to hit our limit. That rule didn't get passed. So now everybody that lives here is a renter. But the Early brothers over at Platinum Property Management, they can take care of that for you. If you're looking to put your house up in the market for rent, talk to them, give them a call. They're pros. They gave us a crazy number. It was like 700 something properties that they're managing. And it's not like all over the Southeast either. They're all central to this area. So they get around there. You can pop by the haunted office, talk to them in person. Good dudes.
Haunted office is a great sell.
Yeah. And when I went there, he challenged me at FIFA. I was like, oh, Todd, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing, Todd. They'll also represent you if you're looking to rent a property too. So Platinum Property Management, you can get them at www. I'm not going to mess this up like Matt.
Yeah.
PlatinumRentalProperty.com. Todd was adamant. You can just literally roll up to his haunted house and talk to him in person. So if you want to do that, 212 Kelly Mill Road, or give him a call, 678-710-8056, or email customer service at platinumrentalproperty.com. Do you email anybody anymore, Matt? I feel like
that's all I do.
Really?
I am probably 95% of my life emailing.
I mean, outside of work, though. Everybody sends email for work.
Oh, okay. Well, I still email, yeah.
Okay.
What's wrong with email?
There's nothing wrong with it. Oh. My son was razzing my wife because she emails, a high school friend of ours, and that's how they stay in touch is through email.
Okay. I'd like to add that's weird. Emailing just in general is not weird, but if you're going to communicate with a friend, there are so many different ways to do that email seems so informal.
I'm going to toss your own words back to you. What's the difference? Why does it matter?
Well, because I guess like an email, like why wouldn't you just direct like Facebook. It's like instant, right? Like email, yes, it is almost pretty much instant, but
no, it's instant.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing as like, that's why they had instant messenger. So you'd have to wait for emails back and forth.
Now we're going to go down the rabbit hole.
No, let's not.
We're not
going to disagree.
We've got a full slate of topics on here. We've done our ad reads. So now we're allowed to talk about anything we want to talk about.
Yes.
We've got your...
Actually, to cut you off.
Okay.
There is something I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
It's a very important issue to me.
Okay.
See this shirt right here?
I do. Yeet.
Yeet. Okay. There has been some talk in the neighborhood of TJ being the neighborhood Yeet man.
The hell is a Yeet man?
So there's this wrestler. His name is Jey Uso. Yeet. That's his thing. His catchphrase is
this the guy we saw when we went to see your brother, or is this this
is WWE? The guy was like
big professional wrestler.
Yeah, big deal. And so like his whole thing is like the whole crowd like Yeet.
So there was a guy that was doing that at your brother's show.
Correct. That's where it's from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gave him credit for being original, but he just ripped it off.
Correct. It's a huge thing. Yeah. Like if you go to the WWE event, you'll see 12,000 people doing it like the wave.
Okay.
All at the same time. Anyway, I think TJ maybe has some like Temu Yeet sweatshirt or something. I'm sure it's not official or anything. But I am the Yeet man of the neighborhood if anybody's the Yeet man. So I just want TJ, the commissioner, to know this is now video evidence. I am the Yeet man. You are not the Yeet man.
Why does anybody want to be the Yeet man?
It's just, people at I want to say maybe it was Teague's party. The only reason I really bring it up in the first place is Andres, especially was trying to say that I was ripping off TJ.
Fuck you, Andres.
Like, he's like, why are you wearing TJ shirt, or something. And then TJ got on a roll and I was like, neither of you guys even seen the Yeet man in real life. That disqualifies you.
Wrestling is one of your things, right?
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. You consider yourself a wrestling fan.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Huge wrestling fan.
And you just saw Goldberg.
Yeah. This past weekend bucket list took me, my kid, my brother, and then he took like one night my nephew, his son, and then the next night he took his daughter, my niece, and we went. Avery and my niece had never been before. Avery went both nights. It was a 2-night show. Goldberg was the first night. It was incredible. I was there in 1998 when he beat Hulk Hogan, 40,000 people in the Georgia Dome. And it was just almost as electric as last retirement match.
So Bill Goldberg, I think he must have lived around here back in the late 90s.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Because there was a Kroger.
Yeah.
You know where the Hacienda restaurant is?
Yep.
There was a Kroger like 2 doors down from it, and I worked there. And this would have been, I was in high school, and it was early in high school. I think it was a freshman, maybe a sophomore. So 96, 97. And I used to come in there, not every day, but I saw him multiple times in Kroger just shopping.
Well, he also went to Georgia and played for the Falcons. So
yeah,
he's got like a long
he was
running,
a linebacker, right?
But I know he lived over in like the Crabapple area one time, right when he was starting to get super big. Me and my brothers and friends, we all worked at a pizza place. I was manager of this pizza place when I was like 16 or something. And the next door was a video store for all you kids who don't know what that is. It's a place where you would go and rent a video or a DVD because you couldn't just pull up streaming.
I miss those.
Yes. I was just looking at pictures and showing to Avery last night of what we had to do if we wanted to watch a movie. But anyway, a girl who worked there, one of my buddies started talking to, and it turned out she was the sister of Goldberg's girlfriend. So he finagled a way into a bunch of them to go meet Goldberg, like at the sister's house. When they got there, the sister was like a huge biatch, and she basically, they all kind of lost a little respect for Goldberg because she just had him whooped. She was like, basically told him to like, hurry up, get inside. Just like that was her child or something.
Can I just ask, because I'm a little confused about this being a 2-night event. Did Goldberg come out and give a teary retirement both nights?
So the first night is an event called Saturday Night Main Event. They've done it for like years from the 80s kind of thing. The next night was a completely different show. It was actually an all-girls, all-female show.
Okay.
This is why you have me bring the female demographic.
Yeah, thank you.
It was all females. Every single match was just females, but it was amazing. Avery had a blast. And it's not like all females were there. It's all men. Like some of these people, when I was talking about a big famous rapper, Metro Booming, was literally in the front row, and he shared a video today about one of the girls won a championship, and he was talking about how he was almost crying with tears of joy of this black woman winning this title, this fake title, So that's why I bring it back to the point of like wrestling is its own thing. It's a soap opera that never ends. I don't remember what we were talking about.
I was asking if Goldberg did a teary retirement.
The first night,
nights.
So the first night was just Goldberg, and at the end of the match, he did do like a big speech. And what I was saying about Avery was he's never, he's not really that into wrestling. He's only learning. He didn't even really know who Goldberg was, but Goldberg gave this big speech about just be great to everybody, be nice, do all, it was like, actually, I'm sure some people probably thought it was too woke, but, he was just basically with everything going on. He was like, just love people, and Avery was like, Dad, Goldberg's speech, like almost kind of made me like a little like emotional. But then Cody Rhodes came out and I got happy. And Cody Rhodes, who's like a big deal, Cody Rhodes.
I know who Cody Rhodes is. Yeah.
He's like the new Hulk Hogan now, or The Rock. Like he's like a big deal. He's at the Major League Baseball home run derby, giving out an official title, last night. We went to the show. That's Avery's favorite guy. He wasn't on the show, but thankfully he's from Georgia. He lives in the area. He came out like thanked Goldberg for all he's done and all this stuff. So it was a big, nice special spend off. It was a great thing to kind of be there for. Like
right at the end of Goldberg's speech, did the cage descend from the roof? And then he looked around in a panic. The Undertaker came out.
No. There was no gong bell or anything like that.
Oh, man. They really missed an opportunity.
Yeah, but it was awesome. Highly recommend taking your kids to go.
So, Matt, we have one mandatory topic here because this is your third reason for being on the show. Yes. Aside from just welcoming you back, being a co-host, the female audience, I guess, what am I counting for here now? You need to be interviewed as part of our league interview series. So the intent here is to have everybody that's in the league come on so the audience get to know you, root for you, maybe, or root against you.
Probably against.
Possibly. I don't know. Maybe you could be a fan favorite.
Yeah.
So you got to do a little bit of kind of like minimum explanation. How long have you been in the league? How many seasons? Your best finish? What do you hope to accomplish this year? And we could start anywhere you want. But you know what? Actually, let's start with how many years is this in the league?
I want to say this is going to be my fourth.
Okay.
Yeah. Fourth or fifth. I replaced Jeff Schiavone.
I think this must be your fifth.
Isn't this your third?
No, this is my fourth. The first year I was
sure
dead
the
last.
Math on that?
First year I was dead last. Second year I was somewhere in the middle, right? I think.
No, I thought the second year is when you first year dead last. Yeah. This is your fourth year. Okay, so this is my fifth.
This is your fifth year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And because also my first year I was the loser. Second year Andres was the loser. Third year Teague was the loser.
Yeah. So this is your fourth. Yeah. So this will be my fifth year.
Okay. What's your best finish?
I finished third last year. I want to say I've made the playoffs every single year, but I always just get screwed. I mean, don't even get me started, on Jalen Hurts going out in the semifinals in the first 4 minutes.
Fuck you, Andres.
Of course, Andres never scored more than 150 points the whole year and only did it once over like 130. And he scores 180 points. I've choked a lot of my life. I felt like I choked that game because it was like I was like guaranteed to win. But when Jalen Hurts went out, I was mad. But then he like destroyed me. So I was like, well, at least it wasn't come down to that one player. But when you do all the math and you see like this guy just had the one greatest week of the year and it just so happened to come against you, it really hurts. So I'm still getting over that, if you could tell.
So if you had to pick a league rival, is it Robbie or is it Andres then?
Oh, it's Andres.
Okay. So Robbie's been, he's in the good books at this point then.
No, but dude, there's other things for him to be my rival for. But in this, Andres is funny because, and one of the things on my list that we'll talk about is that my first year in, we were talking smack back and forth. And so he wanted to face me first. And so he like manipulated the schedule so we would have the first game because he always
one of your suggestions on your list.
Because he always had his dumb idea of having rivalry games.
Fuck you, Andres.
But the thing is like it then messes up like the whole rest of the schedule. And since then, it's never been changed in any way, shape, or form. So if you're wondering why am I playing the same person every single year in the first game, it's because we need to shuffle up and it's messed up. I play Brian Fagan twice in the first 4 weeks every single year because it hasn't been shuffled. So TJ, shuffle
So, final question for your league interview, unless you would like to volunteer any additional information. Why? We'll do 2 questions, but one of the questions.
We're going to talk fantasy plenty.
There's going to be lots of fantasy in here. What's your prediction for yourself this year? You think you're going to get the jacket?
I think I'm going to be in the hunt.
You going running back, first round, first pick?
You'll see when I draft. I'm not there. I'm not there yet.
You haven't done your mock drafts?
No. You can't sniff a mock to August.
Why?
Because the training camp changes so much. I really don't even mock or really do too much even for the first couple weeks, because it's like, that's why I always like to draft as close to the beginning of the season as possible, because so much can change. People get cut, people get traded, all kinds of stuff happens. People retire.
I hear Christian McCaffrey is healthy. You gonna pick him up?
Nope, absolutely dead to me.
Where do you think he'll end up? You think
top
somebody
3.
Top 3 or top 3 rounds?
I'm thinking somebody's going to take him in the top 3 picks, at least top 5.
Top 3 picks.
I'm saying Christian McCaffrey is dead to me, but if he's there at the 5th or 6th pick, I'm taking him.
Okay, if you insist. I did have one more question. Why should our listeners from Kazakhstan and Canada, why should they root for you, Matt? What's different? What sets you apart?
Because I am a good guy who cares about the honor of the league, and I'm trying really hard to win that title so I can then assert my dominance over it as the champion.
Do you think that you should
But I'll be a good ruler.
Do you think that you should be invited to the executive committee on the league?
I've already forced my way in. They don't have I'll find out where they're meeting and I'll be there.
I somehow ended up at a meeting one year. I don't even know why the hell I was there or why I was invited, but it was Andres, TJ, and you. And me, for some reason.
You were helping TJ with his computer that he couldn't get into.
Oh, is that why I was there? Okay. Yeah. So, I was there as a tech support.
Yes. That was also the same year, I believe, that TJ logged in to the ESPN league and somehow logged into a completely stranger's account and couldn't access anything to do with the league. And we were trying to change something. It was like something before the season started, and he couldn't get in to change the setting because he had logged into this random person's ESPN account. It was the craziest thing I've ever. Only TJ,
and even then,
our commissioner,
you were quite vocal about what you thought should happen in the league. You had lots of rule suggestions, so let's get into it because
I would like to add, I've had very good rule suggestions. The defensive player was my idea. The waiver budget,
the
fab was my idea. The IR was my idea.
Okay, these are good suggestions. Let's talk about some of these bad ones. 1 player mulligan once per year. The fuck is that?
So this is something some of these things on here are not all my ideas. Some I've thought of, some I saw or have seen online, and some other people have said. This was one that I want to say me, TJ, and a bunch of other people talked about, was you basically get 1 mulligan a year to replace a player. And so everybody has to plan for that fear.
I remember this. Actually, I actually
in the pool, like everybody,
yes.
Everybody has to have that fear of like, if he would have just played this one thing different, I could lose all throughout the year. Now, obviously, when somebody uses it, we keep track of that. Oh, that fear is kind of out the window. But who knows?
So the problem with this one, though, that this couldn't be done automatically. We were talking about doing it like manually tracking.
You have to. I mean, we're already manually tracking stuff with side games. It's not that really hard to say like have another thing on the spreadsheet of each person, and when somebody uses it, you just check it.
But if it changes the results of the game and it makes the loser the winner, that's going to affect seeding, standings.
Yeah, but that's the whole point, though. Why else would you do it? You would affect the win. You'd only use your mulligan to try to win the game.
No, but my point is, can TJ manually adjust the record?
Yes, you can change scores. You change the score.
Okay.
He could go in there and put that person into your lineup.
All right, so if it's not clear for the people listening, I ruined the flow of that because I do remember what he's talking about. But what Matt is talking about, this 1 player, or I shouldn't say, well, it is a player, but this concept of the mulligan is you're playing a game and you got a bench player that blows up. Your backup quarterback puts up 40 points one game. You're like, shit, I should have started him over my QB who, bottomed out at 13 points or whatever it was. So this concept of the mulligan is that you can take a player off of your bench once a season and you can take his points and you can put it into the live game. But it's secret. This to me was like the key part of it. You would tell the league commissioner,
No, I don't know anything about the secret part. That sounds dumb. I don't co-sign that.
See, I thought
why the secret?
Because the idea was you might trick your opponent into playing his mulligan, right? So if your opponent,
that's where you started to get all like Survivor, like too much.
All right. Well, I think we should take this.
Put it out there, but I'm not the commissioner, but put it out there to the listeners and to the league. I don't make any decisions. I just want to say on the record, I don't co-sign the secret part. I think the part of the fun of it is just being like in the chat, like, Andres mulligan bitch, and you lose now.
Okay.
No, and the thing is too is like you don't want to let your emotions get in the way, and in the second week be like mulligan, and then week 14 comes and you're like, ugh, the difference of being last place or being in or out of the playoffs.
Yeah, fair.
Imagine having that in your pocket, and obviously once the playoff comes, the mulligans stop.
I think you keep the mulligan.
Well,
I don't.
You say that then.
Let's go to your other stupid idea in here. Several of these are good. Your first suggestion was fixed schedule reshuffle. I don't understand why this is a problem. Can't we just randomize it?
That's what the reshuffle is. It doesn't get randomized. Reshuffle randomizes the same thing. There's literally.
I'm sure there's a button that he can click.
Yes.
Though. Okay.
I'm
in favor of that.
Yes. Yeah. It has to happen. It's the schedule's messed up, even if we don't reshuffle it, because Andres moved 2 years in a row, the first game around for a rivalry, Yeah,
I remember that. Him and TJ, right? Isn't that
the second year? First it was me and him, then it was in TJ, so.
Fuck you, Andres.
There's 5. Here's the worst rule you have in here. I want to bring it up so we can go ahead and knock it down pretty quickly. It was, why am I missing it on here? Don't worry, I'll edit out all the.
Oh, you'll edit your part out.
That's right. I'm gonna make it seem like I was very snappy. Came up with this. Yeah, here it is. Eliminated teams can't make trades and have to wait after waiver to make pickups.
Okay. And there are different levels of where you could do this, right? Like maybe saying, because we have the last place thing, I get you're probably never eliminated. So I'm not saying maybe that needs to be changed to just the playoffs, but I just think it's ridiculous that the playoff teams have to compete with teams who are out of it, who can't win anything, for players when it's time to win the money. Now, everybody may not agree with that, and that's fine. But most times in most leagues, when it's the playoffs, nobody really cares about the losers bracket, and you're not taking players away, hurting people who could actually win the league because you want to finish in 7th place.
So specifically, the losers bracket was put in place to keep people caring about
why though?
About the season after the playoffs.
But why though? Why do we want to? You can still play, but why do you can still pick people up?
50% of the teams, by definition, are not going to be in the playoffs. So their season just ends 4 weeks early.
We can still have there be a reason by doing the number 1 pick, which is another dumb thing, but whatever, if it keeps people invested. I doubt anybody, and somebody could please fact check me for the next show.
I would say avoiding last place is more important than getting the number 1 pick.
So that's why maybe it's too strong to say eliminated to not have access to it. And I'm not saying you can't pick up players. It's just only the teams in the playoffs go through the waivers, and then once that clears, anybody can pick up any player. So it's not like you're barred from it, but it shouldn't. It messes up the competitive balance, in my opinion. And that's why they have, again, these settings in there. I'm not like making up some idea. You can literally go into the settings of the league and turn this feature on. So it's not like that outside of the box, terrible idea. ESPN wouldn't have implemented it as an option.
So I hear what you're saying. Maybe some people appreciate this, but no, I'm hard against this. I think if you're going to take 50% of their teams, like, well, your season doesn't matter. We don't give a shit what happens to you. You're going to disincentivize people.
It's literally 3 weeks, and it's the playoffs. Like, what's it matter?
It matters for the people who are not in the playoffs.
Who cares about the people not in the playoffs?
The people not in the playoffs.
But you still can try to win that number 1 pick. Why do you have to steal a player from a team who could win it?
I mean,
when teams in the NFL, when the playoff starts, the worst placed team isn't out there signing players.
Well, I mean, the trade window is open well before.
No, it's not.
Is closed before the playoffs start.
But once their season ends, they're not signing free agents. So why why isn't that the same rules in our playoffs? Like,
can they not sign free agents?
No, you could sign like your own future free agents, but you can't sign, somebody else from a losing team who's out of the playoffs. You can't go sign their quarterback.
Oh, okay. I still think it's a terrible idea.
Okay. Again, if it was a terrible idea, would they have the settings?
I'm sure there's settings for lots of terrible ideas.
Yes, every single update I get on my phone.
Right.
I don't think won't use that. The
mere existence of an option means that it's a good option. So I'm voting firmly against that one for whatever my vote.
I don't think that one will go over, but that was one I did feel strongly about.
And then let's go to the next one here. And I think you and I have both made fun of Andres, and I'm pretty sure that you are describing the same plan Andres had. And I'm not going to read this, but one of the ways I've seen to get rid of scheduling luck is to implement a league median. Tell us about the league median.
So the league median is basically a second matchup each week. And the reason I suggested this is because in ESPN, you could only do it a certain way. So you are a bit limited with the settings in that. But in essence, you have your normal matchup. You either win or lose. You get a win or a loss to your record for that. In the ESPN version, basically, if you're in the top half of the scoring of the league, you get a win. And if you're in the bottom half of the scoring league, you get a loss. So the top 6 scoring teams get an extra win. The bottom 6 scoring teams get an extra loss. So it's the theory of like, there's plenty of weeks that happen where like 2 teams just completely go out of it, and they blow everybody else in the league out. They would literally beat any other team but that one team that they played, and they have to take a loss, maybe eventually lose the playoff because of something like that. So this is a way to say like, hey, here's kind of like half a victory.
Yeah, this is exactly the same idea that Andres proposed.
I don't remember hearing that then. So
yeah, he proposed.
If you guys like it, you could say Andres said it.
No, I don't like this. I didn't like it when Andres proposed it.
It's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna like that was literally something I saw online where I was just like looking for stuff for like ways to, that is a pretty out there, but it's interesting at least. I don't think it's something like the NFL owners do when they bring something up, but it's like 4 years later till they actually vote on it. It's probably going to be tabled, but I just am throwing the idea out there, something to marinate on.
Do you not think that the any given Sunday aspect of fantasy football is part of the reason people enjoy it?
For sure. That's why I wouldn't be mad at anybody who didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I just have been there, I feel like, so many times where it's just like any other team you would have played that week, you'd beat. And it's just, to me, that always stinks. Like, but as the element of any given Sunday, I get that, that's why not all these rules are for everybody.
Yeah. And which happens in real football too. And I mean, at some point you can make it so that you're boiling fantasy football down to pure statistics, which I get that it kind of is pure statistics, but now you're adding like a mathematical reinforcement model to ensure that the statistical favorites continue winning. But like you've got to leave some room in the process for people to get lucky. That's what keeps people hoping.
My father-in-law,
if I go on a hot streak over the next couple of weeks, I'm right there in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I get that. It's any given Sunday. It's 2 different philosophies. My father-in-law has been playing fantasy since you literally had to do it in a newspaper. They'd have to, the commissioner would get the newspaper the next day and basically fill out everybody's score for them. You wouldn't even know what your points were until your commissioner told it. He plays in a league now. I think it's like a huge buy-in, and it's points only. It's touchdowns, field goals only. So yardage doesn't matter. Catches doesn't matter. You only get points off of touchdowns and field goals.
Since you're talking about commissioners, let's go to your next rule suggestion in here. This is an interesting one. Controversial. I'm curious.
I think this is a typo, what you're going to say. That's not what I meant. Yeah,
commissioner can be replaced or voted out next year?
No, that was for...
covering your ass.
No. That's for league winner gets to make rule change. This is approved. The commissioner can replace or vote out the next year. Like it's basically like a 1-year rule.
Oh, you're saying that the commissioner can remove the rule.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I stand behind our commissioner, TJ, in every way.
All right. Because it's certainly the way that you put it in.
No, it got edited like that.
In the message,
not what I meant.
Was that the commissioner can be voted out? I thought this was a hard play. You were coming for TJ's job.
No, I absolutely do not want it in any way, shape, or form. I throw my full support behind TJ.
Okay, so in fact, then, and actually, I do like this suggestion. And so what you're saying is that the league winner gets to select a rule that they can put in for 1 year, and then after that, it could stay, or the commissioner.
That's approved too. It can't just be like, everybody has to give me their best player. Like it has to be something that everybody's like, or the commissioner approves at least.
Right. Okay. Interesting one.
Well, who approves it is probably going to be the biggest conversation. Like some people may be fine with TJ. Some people will be like, no, we have to have like a majority vote. I'm fine with either.
Okay.
And he can take, if it's like terrible, he can be like, okay, I'm just taking this out, or we can vote it out.
So I'm trying to pick through all the rules that I did not like. We've gotten into several I think are pretty good here. Here's another one I'm not a fan of. Remove negative points for kickers and defense.
Yeah. That was something I saw online. I just thought that was an interesting idea. I mean, you don't lose points in a real game if you miss a kick.
No, I mean, you don't.
Or you don't go negative. Right. I mean, it's just, I guess it takes, some of that is just like a crazy, where you can get negative 10 points. I mean, that's such a stupid way to lose, in my opinion, but I don't really have huge feelings about that one way or the other. That was just something I saw. I also saw the kickers do fractional points. So instead, if you kick a 58-yard field goal, you get 5.8 yard or 5.8 points. Instead of just 5, same if somebody catches a 68-yard pass, they get 6.8 points. Why don't we do that for the kickers?
So can I extend on that? Can I talk about my rule proposal for the real NFL? Talking about kickers.
Yeah.
So your extra points, here's my proposal, is that if you kick an extra point from 10 yards, it's worth 1 point. If you kick it from 30 yards,
XFL tried this.
It's worth 2 points. Did they already do this?
I think so, maybe.
That's
One
a good
of these
idea.
leagues have tried that.
Why I don't understand why they wouldn't do it.
I think
so. You get 50 yards, 3 points.
I think probably part of it is player safety. Like I don't think those kickoff plays are like probably a lot of people get hurt on that. So I don't know, maybe doing a smaller kick
on a kickoff play. I'm talking about the extra point.
That's what I'm saying on any kicking play. People
get injured on extra points frequently.
I think like there's just so much pushing and shoving. That's the only thing I could think of. Completely coming off the.
Matt, have you ever sat in a chair before? Is this something you're?
That's like the clipboard.
Eighth time you've hit the clipboard.
I can't see. You put it in like this little man font.
I don't understand the font and how that has to do with your flailing arms.
Because I got it close to me so I can see it.
I'll edit that part out.
Yeah, thank you.
The giant reverberation that you just kicked off. All right, so fractional points for kickers. You kick a 58-yarder, it's worth 5.8 points. Yeah, sure. I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So your strong feelings about having high points and still having to be a loser, that sort of thing. My strong feeling about kickers, I guess if I have one, is I don't love the position because I think of Chris Boswell, my boy Chris Boswell. I've hit him up on Instagram a couple times trying to get him to come onto the podcast. He's not responding.
Yeah, it'll happen.
You ever seen his wife, by the way?
Probably. Great.
Oh, man, absolute.
Kicker's crush.
Yeah, man, she's gorgeous. But it was one of the playoff games I had, and he just never got a chance to kick the fucking ball, man.
I'm almost positive you had him for multiple games that he had 20 points.
I did, yeah. No, he bailed my ass out.
Kickers are, to me, almost as valuable as like a quarterback. I mean, they can literally carry your team with a 15 to 20 point average. I mean, plenty of kickers have done it. Andres always talks about getting rid of it.
Fuck you, Andres.
Like, it just makes no sense, right? But like kickers to me are invaluable, which is more of a reason why I don't understand we cap their points because, I mean, those fractional points could make the difference, right? Like somebody gets a 43-yarder, kick another 46-yarder, you're going to probably make the difference of a winner or loss there.
So for the record, and you're pro kicker, you want to leave that spot.
Oh yeah, I want to increase their points.
Okay, so then let's go the other direction, and I like that, by the way. For the league, anybody that's listening, I'm in favor of Matt's suggestion that we do fractional points for kickers. This is at least the second, maybe the third year we've talked about this, and I'm in favor. Get rid of the tight end spot.
Just make it a flex. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Right? If you're lucky enough to get Brock Bowers or, one of the top 4, and maybe you get lucky with somebody on, the waiver wire early in the season or late in the draft, like, congrats to you. You can play them in the flex. But this notion that you have to play a tight end, which there's such a limited selection of them.
I'm 100% in favor. I was just wondering, is somebody coming down here? Did you open that door as slow as humanly possible? It was like
it's very creaky.
Scary movie. And now the boys just having a conversation with me mid-podcast. Yes, go on, sir. Would you like to join?
Yeah.
Just making sure both phones are on.
Sorry for our listeners here. That's Alex just talking into the ether that nobody can hear. Well, hold on. I got to get a new video for you too. All right. After all that door creaking and people talking from the couch, we have Alex on the podcast with us. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show, Alex. All right. So Mr. Frankel and I are mid-rules discussion. Yep. He's got several ideas on how to improve the neighborhood fantasy football league. None of them good so far. I'm just kidding.
We're talking about tight ends and how dumb it is to have a tight end position at a position that's got so few options.
At this point, how do we just move this forward to a vote? Let's vote on it.
The next thing, let's just vote at the next rules meeting.
Let's put it. Are there rules meetings?
Yeah, that's how all this stuff get at. I mean, normally it's like majority, either or we'll like put it in the league or something.
Is that what I accidentally got invited to?
That's what
that one
in.
time
Yeah,
when I was doing tech support.
A bunch of people were there last year, both years. More people came that year. Josh came up there.
Did he? I don't remember that. I'm being excluded from the rules conversation.
Well, let me go ahead and tell you, you're part of the reason why we pay more money.
Oh yeah, and I vote that we raise dues again.
No, don't even put that in the atmosphere. You are the person who like, why aren't we paying for more money? Your first rules member talking about me coming out firing. The first rules meeting you went to, we cost us all more money.
I'm 100% in favor of doing $150 league dues.
No. Okay. Anyway, back to tight ends not being good. They stink.
You should keep tight ends because the whole point of fantasy football is making your own football team.
Just make it a flex, though. You can play a tight end on a flex.
Yeah, but a football team has a tight end spot for a reason.
Not all the times. Not every single time they play do they have a tight end on the field. You ever heard of a 4 wide receiver set?
No.
Yeah, with a running back in the backfield.
I have not heard about that.
Exactly.
You already have a flex spot, though.
You need 2. You do 2 flex spots. If you get an off, you want to draft Travis Kelce, you're not like
the reason
to do it.
We're talking about this. There's like 3, maybe 4 tight ends that are worth a damn in the whole league from a fantasy perspective. So if you're one of those 4 players that gets Brock Bowers, Travis Kelce, George Kittle.
George Kittle.
And I don't know, is that
even the guy from the Lions that had an amazing rookie year?
Yeah.
Everybody drafted him in the top 2-3 rounds, completely crapped the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one's reliable.
If you get one of those superstars, play him anyway. Play him in the flex spot. But for everybody else, get yourself, a wide receiver 3 on some team or whatever and put him in. You're going to end up scoring more points because you're certainly going to at least have more options when it comes to picking up players off the waiver wire.
I guess, but that just gives you more of a reason to be competitive in the combine, so you can get to pick that tight end more early.
I mean, the combine is fun at all, but really, no matter where you draft from, really isn't that big of a deal. As I said earlier, I doubt one person who's drafted in the first pick has won the league, and if they had, it's maybe been one time. Like your odds are, that's not big of a deal. The tight ends, they stink. Let's get them out of here. I know something else I wanted to bring up was 6 points for touchdowns. Why are quarterbacks not getting 6 points for touchdowns?
I can't remember. What do they get now? 4? 4 points. Okay.
It's a touchdown is a touchdown. People say, well, they can throw more, but you can run for as many touchdowns as you can throw for them as a running back. I don't understand. A touchdown is 6 points. Why do quarterbacks only get 4?
I'm in favor. I get no problem with that. I think that pushes Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
That's the point.
Into rock solid first round picks.
Yeah. I think quarterbacks, I don't know why they get gypped in that regard. They also have more opportunity to lose 2 points by throwing interceptions. And they don't even have to always throw the interception. It could be batted up in the air by their player and another guy catches it and boom, you lose 2 points off of nothing your player did.
What about quarterbacks losing points for getting sacked? How do you feel about that one?
I'm fine with that. I think you kind of do. You lose
get
yards.
Negative yards.
Yeah, so you're losing points.
That's true. All right, so there is
you're already that. But I just think why are quarterbacks not getting touchdowns? It doesn't make sense. And I understand it's a league setting, and some leagues do it different. Like I've played in NFL, and that's where I first started, I think, playing fantasy, but also the 6 points. ESPN, I think standard points is 4 points, but that's dumb. Like, that's dumb. You make it 6. I also think I put in here points for first downs.
So who gets the point, though? The person that got, like, the running back that gets the first down?
Yeah, whoever gets the first down. The quarterback doesn't get it.
Oh, I was going to ask. So if a quarterback throws a pass and it's a first down pass, it's the receiver that gets the first down points.
Correct. And the quarterback gets the points for the yards.
I guess what's the drive behind this? Just it's like points inflation.
You know why?
You know what I mean?
Well, number one, like, can you really ever have enough points? Like, do we want to be a defensive league? Like, we don't have, like, there are people who are like,
we're not a defensive league, though. I don't agree with that premise. I'm only going to interrupt you because, like, the quarterback thing I get, right? Changing quarterback scoring from 4 points to 6 points, that does have an impact of changing up the draft as far as I'm concerned. Now quarterbacks are a lot more valuable, so they become certain ones solid first-round picks. Things like scoring points on the first downs, even the kickers with the fractional scoring, that you could argue is just, it applies to everybody. It's points inflation.
Is that bad though?
It's not bad. It just doesn't really serve a purpose.
Well, it just makes it more interesting and gives more chances for that any given Sunday that you want.
Maybe, I guess.
Right? More points means more lead changes, more opportunity to lose.
Not necessarily. I think instead of somebody losing
value.
Instead of somebody losing 130 to 120, now they lose 150 to 140.
I mean, if you think about it though, like compared to a lot of things leagues will do, like if you get a 25-yard catch, you get a point, a full point per reception.
I think we do that, don't we?
No.
I know we do on the long runs.
If you get like maybe over 75 or something, I think maybe you get a point.
I know.
I'm just saying there's a lot more bonuses out there that we don't do that you could do, where I just think like, I mean, again, I think it's, you got those guys who are like the slot receivers who do a lot of the in between the numbers work. And it's just, a benefit. Or what about your running back who they just rode down the field and the quarterback vultures a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
He should get some credit for that work.
Yeah, but he does, even in our league.
Yeah, again, that was just a throw out. Like, I don't feel strongly about that. I'm just trying to, like I say, the more rules I throw out, the more pissed people will get. So,
all right, let's go to some of we've covered the big ones. There's some obscure ones in here where I'm curious why you even put it. Cap quarterbacks to 3 max per team.
Yeah, so you can't have people who hoard quarterbacks, especially at the end of the year.
So you're against any sort of strategy that is outside the players on the field.
No, I'm just saying cap it at 3. I think it's a fairness rule, but I could understand your point of like, well, it's strategy.
Okay. And then this one, I don't even understand. I'm going to read it verbatim and you can explain it. Best ball. Basically, you draft and you don't set your lineup. Basically, ITFLS with the highest players on your team.
Okay, so best ball is basically you draft a team, right? Then once the draft is over, you don't set a lineup for the whole year. You can drop players, do the waivers, all that stuff, but you don't have to do any of the lineup setting or any of that. It's just your best team combined score. That's who wins.
No, I don't like that. I like setting the lineup.
That was just
there's strategy.
I thought there was a crazy idea of just like talk about just rolling the dice. You're getting credit. It puts so much more effort into the draft because that team, like, you don't have to have the pressures of like messing up or one person screwing you on a one bad day. It's just like, I drafted these players. The best ones are going to get me the best score for the day.
Okay. Disapprove on that. If I get invited to the rules meeting, I'm going thumbs down. So Matt, if you could
most of these won't make them.
If you could pick 2 of these, 2 from this list, and then we're going to move on from fantasy football rule changes. We're going to get into the.
Oh wait, there's one more. No 1 week trades.
Oh, I'm
talking about one. You, Brian Fagan, and Jonathan Teague.
Yeah, and there was also somebody did it against Crispin.
Yeah, yeah. No 1 week trades because that is some nonsense. And then there is a fix. We have to fix the unlimited defensive players because I think there was an issue before where you could only have 1 defensive player.
Yeah.
And obviously if that person's on a bye, you don't want to drop them. you want to be able to pick up a second person.
So technically, it wasn't that you could only have one defensive player, because I ran into this glitch or this limitation, whatever it was. If you have a linebacker, you can't take another linebacker, but you could take a safety.
And have them both at the same time?
Yes.
So that's the same thing that just needs to like switch, that you can have more than one of a player.
Yeah.
So either way, yeah, that's just I don't really think that's something that would need to be voted on. That just seems something, I guess maybe if somebody was like, well, no, you can't have two linebackers.
Yeah, that exact scenario happened to me. I don't remember. I had a rock star linebacker who had a bye, and I wanted to bring in, the next best available defensive player on the wire, and it was also a linebacker, and it would not let me get a linebacker, but it would let me get a safety.
Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah. And then I do think it's fun to have like if you talk about playing for something in the losers bracket, like a fourth place team gets to name the 11th place team, or like that lower half, those top six, those top five people or whatever get to do something to the bottom six people, or, like rename their team or pick something stupid for them. Or
I think you should go see like a psychiatrist about your pathological hate for the non-playoff teams, Matt.
Well, it used to be reverse here. It used to be before they did the combine, they like punished the good teams where it was wherever you finished was your like draft pick. So if you made it to the playoffs and lost in the first round, you were like the fifth pick.
Yeah, which is how the NFL works, right?
But you keep players in the NFL.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we've had this conversation.
Don't get me started on that.
That is a big difference.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, maybe we should put it the other way.
So, Alex, are any of these conversations about the league happening on the kids' side? Is there any chatter about what's going on?
No, that chat, nobody touches that chat.
We will pick back up, or?
No, it will be like
A new one.
The only thing that ever happens in that chat is like the manual, like these were the top scorers. This was the best defense this week. But no kid ever's like good game or like you got destroyed or anything like that.
You guys don't have a secret like TikTok chat that the parents don't know about?
No, mainly because like half the kids are 8 and they can't really have TikTok.
Fair. So
which is me and Austin.
Yeah.
In our league, Matt Frankel, you're a grown man now almost, Alex. I'm just going to say it. In our league, Matt Frankel is kind of the resident shit talker.
I don't think so.
No?
Like Jeff?
No.
Who do you think it is?
I mean, it's probably me, but I'm just saying.
Well, somebody has to be that role, right?
Yeah, I stir it up.
I think
And
that's...
then I've actually started to do the Josh method, which is to mute the chat, go in there, make some noise,
drop
whatever,
a bomb and leave.
And then you're out. And then if I'm bored, check it again. If not, whatever.
So do you aspire to be the Matt Frankel of your league?
Y'all should have invited Jeff to the kid league. Is he actually going to join?
There's still time.
I want him to join because I would talk in the chat with Jeff.
You don't want that, man.
It would be me, Austin, and Jeff in the chat, and the little kids would get to read
That's
all
why.
the chats.
Can we bring this up at the next rules meeting? Jeff Ciavone and the kids chat?
Yeah, 100% I'm okay with that. My kid's not in it, so what do I care?
Yeah, when does Avery join the kids league?
He has no you
You gotta expose him to it, Matt. You gotta guide
he's
him.
watching. He gets it. He understands. He'll help like Abby draft players or something.
Do you not want him in it?
Oh, I would love for him to be in it.
So
But it would just end up me,
We've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Would you feel accomplished if you won the kids league on behalf of Avery?
Yeah.
Matt?
Who wouldn't? A win is a win.
The trophy says your name.
Right. Who cares who the other person is?
So I don't know that Jeff is going to join the league. I'm in favor of it. I would vote for it.
Me too.
But I think Jeff is only going to join the league if there's the possibility for a promotion. And Andre seems hellbent that there will be no promotion and relegation for the adult league. Where do you
Yeah,
fall on that?
I don't like that idea.
No?
I just think it's the same thing with like the punishment. Like the Zumba thing's not a bad idea. I feel like we've just gotten a little too above who we are as people. Like the wrestling thing, Jonathan Teague, maybe probably a third of the people would actually have done that with the wrestling.
You say maybe me? I 100% would have done it.
You would have done it. You would have done it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying in general, probably a third of the people would have actually done that. And the fact that it came together as it did wasn't easy. I think we just need to like do some simple stuff like the Zumba. That's a great idea. I'm on board with that. As long as it's not 9:00 in the morning.
Okay. We'll see if we can get a late session.
That's easy, attainable. You could do it whenever. It's not going to take a lot of work. Everybody can come up there and watch. Like,
Alex, would you have done the wrestling punishment if that were in the kids league?
I don't know if I would have gotten thrown through a door. I think they would have had to like diet down a little for the kids league, like water it down.
Like a body slam?
Yeah, like if you threw me onto a mat or something, then I would have been fine with that.
Nobody thinks that's a punishment, though.
Well, I mean,
it's supposed to be a punishment.
I understand it's supposed
Nobody
to be a
said,
punishment.
go to bed.
No,
No
the
Fortnite.
8-year-old kid that loses isn't going to get thrown into a door. He's not going to like that
You never
very
know.
much.
You never know. That's you just throw them on some glass or something.
All right, before we move on to female corner over here, Matt's going to help us. It sounds like Alex is too because he's watched some of the shows. You can pick one of these rules, Matt. You're the new commissioner. Pick one of these. One of these goes into play for next year.
Tight ends are gone.
Tight end. Oh, I'm 100%. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
Second one is 6 points.
Okay, I'm in favor of both those.
Yeah.
These are good suggestions, Matt. Some of these are terrible.
Well, that's the point, though. You say
That's
some terrible stuff so the other ones look better.
I like it. That's a good idea. And then also, do you have any combine event suggestions? This is the other thing we're polling the league members as they join the show.
I think I shared it in the chat a while back. Now it's all over my algorithm, whatever. It's like this roulette shotgun thing. So you put a beer in, you turn it, and either it pops the can or it doesn't. So if it doesn't pop the can, you're good. Boom, you go on. The next person's going to come because last year the last thing to do was shotgun a beer.
Yeah.
They boom, turn it, pops or it doesn't pop. So it's a whole element that nobody can control because not everybody's going to have to chug a beer.
I feel like all these rules, if I was trying to profile you, like if I work for the FBI and I'm hunting a serial killer, I feel like all these rule suggestions you got in here would lead me to believe that you don't like the randomness of fantasy
I love
football,
random.
but that is introducing randomness to the combine.
Yeah.
Say what you will about the combine. By and large, it's fair. Everybody's going to do the exact same things.
Yeah, for sure. Some of them can be a little bit more geared,
Towards TJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing about TJ is
He's good at everything.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
Yeah, so we should have a game of FIFA. I'll propose that as one of the events.
Well, I mean, they're probably right.
You can't really time that though.
Yeah, can't.
So the combine, you have to time it with like how quickly you complete you score a goal on an AI or something.
I'll beat people quickly. Don't worry about it. All right, let's move on. Enough on the fantasy football. I'm in favor of your 2 rule suggestions: eliminate tight ends and 6 points for quarterbacks. I legitimately think they're great suggestions. Tight ends are boring as stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you've got like one of the 3 good tight ends, and increasing the points for the quarterback makes them viable first-round candidates. I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are already first-round
Patrick
candidates.
Mahomes even.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He had a bit of a shit season.
That's what he wants you to think.
Yeah. So we got to put these in the chat. You will have not listened to the show yet because it just went up, but I was chastising Andres last week because we make all these suggestions. I'm like, aren't you on the executive committee? You need to be the one in the chat.
These are going. I mean, they're coming to they made it to this podcast. I'm pretty sure some of them will at least make it to the final meeting.
You have your homework when you leave here tonight is put those 2 in the chat. Say, hey, I'm putting these up for a formal vote, and I'll second it. I'll second the vote, and then we'll see how this works.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I like your democracy.
That's the only way to do it. So we learned on our 2-minute break that we had earlier that my son, I don't know how I feel about this, is watching Love Island.
I've not watched. I see clips on TikTok.
It's pretty big. I mean, if you're on social media, you've seen something of it, or seen a joke from it. Where one of the viral moments was the guy and girl talking. She was trying to tell the guy that she was a mom, and so she was like,
Mama,
"I'm a mommy," and he was like, "Okay, like all right, mamacita," and she was like, "No, I'm a mother." He's like, "Okay, mommy," and she's like, "No, I am a mom."
How old are these people?
Okay, so they're like
mid-20s.
20s to 30. And the craziest thing about this show is it's called Love Island.
What is this on, by the way?
This is on Peacock.
Peacock, okay.
Yeah, it's called Love Island, but they really don't want people to fall in love because you're constantly switching your partners in the house, and it's they want you to switch people around. They want you to be open to people. So you're saying Love Island, but you don't want anybody to fall in love.
I know that you're doing this section, and thank you for this. I appreciate it. You're doing this to draw in the female listeners and give them something to listen to other than Andres and I just rambling about conspiracy theories and Jeffrey Epstein. But for the guys that are listening, I don't even know what the premise of
so
Love
I'm trying
Island
to tell you.
is. Okay.
Love Island. It is a show. It's got like...
What are they competing for? Can we start with the top and then
here we go.
Filter back down?
Love Island. Here's what's going on from my recollection of watching it as I pass through the house and every now and then an episode with my wife.
I don't believe you. I think you
basically
watch every episode.
They have like 5 guys, 5 girls start out at this like villa. I think they were in like
Fiji,
right? And whatever, they meet up. They want you to couple up or like kind of like be coupled up with somebody. You do like a game. You'll like make out with somebody. You'll do some kind of feat, whatever. Maybe you'll go on a date, and then everybody will like partner up, and then they'll bring in like 2 guys or 3 girls and introduce them to like for the guys. Now the guys can start talking to them.
So they're trying to break up any connections. Okay.
Right. And so the final end point of the game is to be the couple that America votes to win $100,000.
Okay.
Right. Like, but through this, like,
do people get voted off every week? Okay.
So then, as it going, if you're not in a couple, you're eligible to be voted off. Right. And normally it's like 1 week the guys, 1 week's the girls, because there's always odd numbers switching back and forth. And then, then at the end, they start voting off like couples, right? Like at one point, you're like, this is your person. Nobody else can go with it. God, I hope Abby listens to this and I'm doing this justice. The craziest thing about this whole show, though, right? They're not drinking. Like every now and then they're casually, I think they can have like a couple glasses of wine or whatever, but they're not drunk, right? So they are sober doing a lot of these games where it's like very scandalous. Like every single thing is like you're playing a game of like baseball, but you're making out with a person at each thing, or you're secretly kissing a people, and the person you're coupled up with has to watch, like, all right, well, is he going to make out with her? Is he going to just give her a little kiss? And it's just like promoting
a straight up drama factor.
Right.
Yeah.
But no alcohol. I saw probably one of the sickest things I've ever seen on any single show. And the fact that I then realized, like after the fact, like, oh my God, they were sober doing this. There was a competition where there was like a fake cow nipple that was filled with milk. Have you seen this? Yeah. And they're filling up their mouths.
I got to start locking your phone, Alex.
They're filling up their mouths with milk, right? As much as their mouth can hold, running over to...
You know how we do the clips for the audio? Yeah. I need to get that video clip.
Yes.
That's going on TikTok of you just doing that gesture. Yes. Please continue.
Okay.
Sir.
So they're taking the nipple, they're filling it up in their mouth, they're spitting it into a bowl. When it is full, they take the bowl and throw it into one of the people's faces. I don't know what is the reason that they picked that to be the thing, but they're literally throwing mouth milk from a fake nipple into somebody's face, and they're sober, agreeing to do this.
You're actually making me want to watch this show now.
I mean, it's like all these things where they're also the couples. Everybody sleeps in one room together. There are people doing it. Like they're people, they talk about it like whatever, but they're all stone cold sober. So they're like 25 on national TV, sleep in a room with 15 other people, and they're just going to town. And their parents come at the very end.
Oh my God.
And one of the kids, his mom was like, really? On national TV?
Well, wait, is the show live?
There's a live aspect to it where it's like the day after kind of thing.
It's like the challenge.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering, how would the parents?
Well, it's
know,
not even
right?
like the challenge, because it's filmed like Big Brother almost.
Yeah.
Like Big Brother starts like a week behind, and then it's like really like a couple days.
Yeah.
And then some stuff can be live. So it's like not that far off. A couple people also got kicked off the show in real time. Like one guy was with a girl. They were doing it like they were together like almost like the whole season, and they had found some comment on social media that was like a tasteless, dumb thing to say, but she literally, the fans of the show basically got her canceled to the point that they pulled her off the show, and they were just like, okay, so-and-so had to leave for like a personal family issue. And anyway, blah, 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 blah. And
so they didn't acknowledge why she was kicked off the show.
And this guy who had been in this couple for like the whole time then just like lost his partner. But it actually worked out because the way TV does work is there was another girl that everybody thought he should be with the whole time, and they finished second. So
is the show over?
It just ended.
All right, well then don't spoil me. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah,
and this is what the women are into. Is this a new show, or is this like
this is like season 7 or something?
Okay,
but I feel like more than anything. So I don't know for the Bravo fans. There hopefully there's a couple who watch. Ariana is like the host of the show. She's from a Bravo show called Vanderpump Rules. She got cheated on like publicly by the other guy in the show. It was like a huge deal, like whatever, blah, blah, blah. The girls know what I'm talking about. Yeah. She hosted. So a lot of people started watching it when they brought her on. Like she's basically like on a revenge tour since this guy cheated on her. She did Dancing with the Stars. She's doing a show on Broadway. She's now hosting this show. So a lot of people like to support her. And it's just like blown up. If you go on social media, even the most famous of people are doing the I'm a mommy, mamacita. Like Google that on, and it's everybody you could think of is doing that TikTok trend.
Now, did you ever watch a show on MTV called Are You the One?
A little bit. Some of those people are on the challenge, I think, right? I think so.
I think some of them ended up on the challenge. And the show is canceled, right? Like I think they did 4 or 5 seasons of it.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised actually. I thought the premise of it was pretty brilliant. So if you don't know, I'm going to explain the premise anyway for our listeners and my son who doesn't get what it was. But you talking about Love Island, like they're trying to manufacture drama on it. So listen, sober. Then these guys were not sober.
Yeah.
Nobody in the show was sober at all. But the premise of Are You the One? Was they brought in, I don't know, 20 guys, 20, maybe not that many, maybe 15 guys, 15 girls, or 10 guys, 10 girls. I don't remember. There was a lot of people. It was like a big house. It was a house party. And every contestant had taken like a psychological profile interview before they came on the show, right? So some professional, if you're listening, you can't see me doing the finger quotes on that one. Some professional matchmaker then looks at all of the interviews that have taken place and she matches 2 contestants up, right? So when you walk into the show, let's say there's 10 guys and 10 girls. One of those 10 girls is your love match as determined by this professional person, right? But they don't tell you who it is. So you're a guy, there's 10, beautiful girls that are in the show. One of them has been psychologically assigned to you as your perfect match. The whole goal of the game show is to meet all of the girls and determine which one is your perfect match. And if you find your perfect match, like nobody's getting kicked off the show, right? I don't think anyway. If you find your perfect match, you win whatever it was, $100,000. But the way the game's designed is like you get clues about who your perfect match is if you win certain events and things like that, so you can start to rule people out. But you have to bounce around from girl to girl to girl,
right,
or guy to guy.
And obviously
to guy.
that's going to cause...
And that's what causes all the drama in there.
And then, I know we touched on this earlier. Karen Reed, though, I feel like we left a little bit on the meat, on the bones on that one.
So Karen Reed, are you familiar with Karen Reed, Alex? Is this on TikTok?
No.
Okay.
So Karen Reed, for those who don't remember earlier in the show, was basically this woman in Massachusetts who got completely railroaded by this whole town. Supposedly got railroaded into basically, they said she murdered her boyfriend, hit him,
John O'Keefe,
hit it, backed up and hit him with a car while she was drunk driving. That's basically what they tried to charge her with. But there was all these, like the police didn't really interview anybody else. The police, the boyfriend was a cop. All his friends were cop. She dropped him off drunk at a party after being out with a bunch of cops at the bar, woke up, he wasn't there. She was getting railroaded. There was missing evidence. There was all kinds of stuff. And it was clear from anybody who watched the story that she was getting railroaded. So she got brought up on charges. They brought her to trial. They destroyed the lead detective on the case. He just had so many inconsistencies, all this kind of stuff. There was all this stuff that just didn't add up. They got a mistrial because the jury couldn't agree. So they brought her back to trial. The case was so bad that they had to hire a guy who was a former defense lawyer who became the prosecutor. They hired him.
You're talking about the second trial.
Yeah, the second trial. Yeah. They hired just one guy went for a one-off because nobody wanted the case. It was so bad. Of course, by this point, everybody's talking about it. Super interesting stuff. If you have not seen it, watch it.
I'm just gonna have Abby come on.
You should actually.
We'll just skip
you should
the
do a
middleman
wives
here.
of the 100%. She'd be great.
Would you and Abby like to come on and do a
Yeah.
love and marriage episode? You'd have to
Sure.
compete against somebody. You went on vacation with the Coens recently, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
you can compete with the Coens in love and marriage.
Yeah. I'll have to ask my wife. You know what somebody says when they say I have to ask my wife or I have to ask my husband?
Is that a no?
No, I'd love to do it. I would ask. I 100% will ask
I think
her.
Abby
I
would
think
be up
she'll
for
do
it.
it. I think we need to just corner her into a situation where she can't say no.
So while you're on vacation with the
So
Coens,
edit this part out.
Oh, it's all. While you're on vacation with the Coens, did Kim tell you that I'm going to have Kim on the show? We're going to do Conspiracy Corner.
Oh God. I hope you have extra time booked for that.
I almost want to save this next topic for when Kim is on because nobody's biting with me. I
Yeah.
talked about this last week.
I'm not a
with-
conspiracy guy.
I'm throwing it out there. Jeffrey Epstein's not dead. Thoughts?
Dad, we're not going over this.
I have
again.
no. I'll be honest. I have no thoughts.
Talked about this before the show.
He's not dead.
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a.
This is the single greatest conspiracy.
I'm
this
sure there's been
month.
worse than that.
Yeah, that's not true. It's definitely not true.
The aliens is worse than that.
Yeah, I was about to say aliens, the moon landing,
The drones, JFK.
JFK.
JFK was shot by a Secret Service member, by the way. I consider
But-
that one confirmed too.
But aliens does segue into my next segment I had sent to you.
Let me see. Let me go back to the show notes here. Oh, Frank being Frank. We're
Yeah.
going to do Frank being Frank. That was the other thing, guys. If you weren't aware, not only did Matt send me copious suggestions for the show notes, he actually has titled his own section.
Okay, I will give credit. I will give credit to TJ. There are two names I have for it, and he came up with one of them. And honestly, I forgot which one he came up with, which was either Frank being Frank or Frankly Frank.
I like Frankly
Frankly
Frank better.
Yeah, he may have came up with that one. I don't know. I'm open to either.
There's still time to change. You went with Frank being Frank. I think Frankly Frank is better.
Okay, well then this segment is now called Frankly Frank.
Frankly Frank. So what's up on Frankly Frank? What are we
Okay.
talking about today?
We're going to talk about Superman
Okay.
because it was awesome. The movie was awesome. High recommendation. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, it's woke," and he said the word immigrant and whatever. That's dumb. Don't listen to it. It's not a political movie any more than the fact that Superman is about as political as you can get as far as all that kind of stuff. But
It's a little political.
I mean, in the essence of that, Superman is political.
I've heard that they changed Superman's one of the original famous mottos of Superman is truth, justice, and the American way. And they've changed the motto in the posters for this movie. It's the truth, justice, and some other thing.
I didn't.
Super way or something
If
like
that
that.
was a thing, it wasn't a thing that was in the movie. That
Yeah, it's
even
just on
came
the
up.
posters,
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, but that's who cares about some marketing push or whatever kind of thing. The movie itself was highly recommend. I mean, Henry Cavill, however you say his name, was probably about as perfect as a Superman as you could get.
Cavill.
Henry Cavill. The movies are trash or decent.
Oh,
but
they
like-
were not trash, dude. Batman versus Superman. I'll
Okay,
die on this
I
hill.
like that one.
Fantastic.
The Snyder cut is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And Josh Weldon movie, as terrible as it was at least like a coherent movie.
Josh, what the hell are you talking about?
He took over.
Oh, Joss Whedon.
What is that? What it? See, I mean,
Joss Whedon.
You could say it either way. I don't think we can talk about him anyway because he's canceled.
Yeah, wasn't he like
I think from that movie he was canceled.
he was being inappropriate with
Yeah.
several
But
actors?
Regardless, this new Superman did awesome. He had big shoes to step in. He didn't look as much as like Superman as the other one, but funny, witty. The guy who's Lex Luthor kills it. Probably the biggest hater I've ever seen in any movie.
He is Beast from the new X-Men movies.
Yes, he is Beast as well, but he just is so jealous of Superman. And then the best part about it is I took Avery. He knew who Superman was. He's not that big into him. Obviously as a Superman guy, he's played with whatever. They have a dog, Crypto, who's just in the perfect amount of the movie to anytime you drift off as a little kid, the dog comes out and does something super cute or something happens to the dog that pulls you right back in. It was funny. I asked Avery what he thought about the movie. He said it was a 10, but if you took out Crypto, it was a 5. But Crypto is cute as hell. He stole the movie.
I'll throw this out. I'm going to go watch it. Actually, I'm probably not going to go watch it in theaters. I'll watch it when it comes out.
We saw it to IMAX, and why the IMAX, like, F you for those chairs. Like it's so stupid. You're just so greedy. You're trying to get as many people in there that you have to put those bootleg $19.99 chairs that like don't recline or anything.
Well, I don't even know what the hell is this at
IMAX.
No, but which theater though?
Any IMAX you go to does not have good seats because they try to pile in as many people as they can. Whereas the recliners, you're losing seats.
Yeah.
Right. With all that space. Right.
I haven't been to an IMAX movie in a long time. So
the screen is sick.
They don't have the reclining seats like they do. I feel like every theater has the recliners now.
Except for the IMAX because you're losing seats, right? And you're selling what, $25 a seat, whatever. It's ridiculous.
I think it's like $20 now just for a regular movie ticket.
Highly recommend, movie or at home, definitely recommend. I also wanted to recommend a TV show, Mobland.
Oh, with Sylvester
Tom
Stallone.
Hardy. No, that show's good too. This is Tom Hardy, Pierce Bronson.
Pierce Brosnan. My God, Matt, with the names.
What'd I say?
You said Pierce Bronson. There was a Charles Bronson.
And what's it? Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan.
He
was James Bond for God's
whatever.
sake.
Close enough.
Show some respect.
Close enough. And they're like an Irish-English mob with like a crazy story going on of like kids intermingling and people being murdered and who done it. And Tom Hardy is pretty much great in anything that he's in. I think Guy Ritchie directed it. I want to say it's on Paramount. Total binge-worthy, something if you got nothing going on, you like that gritty crime mob stuff.
All right, Frank, can I give you some constructive feedback on Frankly Frankel? Frankly Frank. You gotta pause for questions and discussion. Let's go back to Superman. We're already on Mobland.
Oh well, I guess I mean, it's not really open for debate. When somebody does a review of a movie, they don't take questions.
Well, it's open for debate because you made statements about Henry Cavill and the Zack Snyderverse.
I'm open to talking about that.
So first off, Henry Cavill. I haven't even seen the movie, so this is an uninformed opinion. But Henry Cavill was a perfect Superman.
100%.
But I'm going to follow that statement up with Superman is boring as hell from a character perspective. I actually think Zack Snyder did a pretty good job of making him not boring. But the main draw for any DC movie is going to be Batman. I mean, Superman's too overpowered. And I don't know how they handle it. It's usually kryptonite, right? That's where kryptonite comes in to depower Superman. But he's a boring character.
I think it really comes down to, do you like the gritty, bend the rules, not relying on powers as much as you are like agility and mental ability versus just a superhuman who's more powerful than anything but chooses to do good.
I think I prefer it doesn't have to be gritty and real.
But that's what Batman is. He's as gritty and real as you get. His parents were murdered in front of him. He's like the greatest detective ever alive. He doesn't have any powers, but he's literally got a weapon that would beat any single person in the world.
Well, I prefer Batman, obviously, but I'm saying there's tiers to that, right? If Batman is non-powered and he's basically a human with super intelligence, and then there's Superman who is literally invulnerable and can't be killed unless the kryptonite, somebody gets a hold out of it. Like there's Thor's in the middle, Iron Man's in the middle, stuff like that, right? I mean, you can have characters that have stakes. I think the problem with Superman movies is that they don't really have stakes because the guy's invincible and faster than the speed of light, has laser vision and can see through walls and all those sorts of things.
I will say this one does, because this one tackles, without giving too much away, like Superman's not like an official of the United States. Like if he goes and intervenes in a war and he's like, well, yeah, I didn't think it was right. Well, he's not like, he didn't do anything like diplomatic. He just like went and just did like what he wanted, almost like a tyrant would do, right? And that's kind of like what the movie battles with, like who nominated Superman to be Superman and just sticking in his nose in whatever his moral compass thought was wrong.
So without spoiling anything, for me anyway, because I do want to see Superman, but I'll probably see it at home. Is this an origin story?
No.
Or is Superman already exist?
Superman already exists. In the beginning 5 minutes, they've told you Superman came out here. He outed himself here. He did this thing here. So he's an established person somewhat. Clark Kent is an established person. But you learn they intertwine in if you'd never seen an origin story before. But it's not like he starts out as a baby.
Okay.
He's Superman. He's in it. I want to say it starts with like a Superman battle. Like boom, right off the
Fair enough. I do want to watch it, and I've heard it's good. But this is the start. James Gunn is starting the DC universe now,
Correct.
right? And this is the first movie in the DC universe that's out there.
Yeah.
But until they have Batman, I'm not going to sign in. Batman's like the
We
greatest.
have Batman, but it's just in its own universe.
It's in
now.
a different universe, right?
Yeah.
I want to see the Batman in this universe.
There's supposed to be he's working on that, and they're talking that maybe there's a problem with the whole Batman series and everything that's working out. You know, they said like James Gunn said the director Matt Reeves, I think it is like he's like, oh, he just takes a long time to write a movie. Like let him work, like whatever. But he's also got a Batman version he wants to introduce into the universe. So it's kind of like there's about to be two Batmans, which is weird, which almost makes me think like maybe there's not going to be two Batman.
I think there will be. I don't think the Robert Pattinson Batman will fit into what James Gunn is trying to do.
It won't. And I think that could be the one that got X'd out.
If they X one out. But I heard that like Joker fits into this too. The Joker and Joker 2, whatever it was, with Lady Gaga in it.
I got bullied out of watching that. So many people said it was so bad that.
So this is their Elseworlds, though,
Yeah,
like how
correct.
all of them have the different universes. So I think there will be two Batmans.
We'll see. But I mean, to me, Superman holds a place in my heart that it was also an experience I wanted to like Avery have. You know, I remember going and watch Superman with my dad. So it was like, I think it's just like wired into me that like Superman is like that representation of like good in the world. Like Batman's like, yeah, he's good, but he's doing a little bit on some sketchy stuff. You know, like he's getting the job done, but he's like, you know, he's not following a moral compass the way that Superman is.
So if you're going to have Frank on here and you're going to have, you know, ratings, what you're going to have some sort of system, right? Like there could be a riff on how many Tostitos you give it, right? So how many, what's your rating for Superman? Give us a scale.
In fantasy points, I will give it 8.9.
An 8.9.
Yeah.
All right.
An 80-yard run. Can I review one more show on Frankly Frank or
Is it Mobland?
no?
Okay.
No.
So we're not going to touch that one.
Mobland is fantastic. Do you not like Tom Hardy? Like Guy Ritchie?
I love Pierce Brosnan
Sounds the same thing. People knew who I was talking about.
and Joss Whedon.
Yeah, people knew who I was
These are
talking
like the
about.
T-move version.
Did you know who I was talking about?
I actually didn't.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Remember, I'm like Joss Whedon.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, you knew. Anyway, you figured it out pretty quickly. Yeah. Whatever. I think there's a lot of Shane Gillis fans. I don't know if you're a Shane Gillis fan.
Is he the Shield?
No.
He's the one from SNL.
Yes. The guy, he's a comedian.
Oh, I hate this guy.
Okay.
I know who he
My
is
dad
now.
doesn't like. I like him.
And I mean, you probably maybe think he's like magma comedy or something, and I'm farthest from like a magma person and anything, but
Are you trying to say MAGA?
MAGA.
Did you say Mac?
You said magma.
No, I said MAGA.
You did not. We're
Wait,
going to go
go
back
back
to
to
the
the
tape.
tape.
We're going to go to the tape
Okay.
on this one.
All right. Okay. Whatever.
Do
Don't
you
be that
have a
guy.
Tostitos chip stuck in your throat?
No, that's rude.
Tostitos.
You know the thing. It's like talking about a family member. I can make fun of my brother, right? You can't make fun of my brother, right? So like, I can make fun of me almost dying. You can't make fun of me almost dying.
All right. So I will respect that, but I thought you gave me a pass to make Tostitos jokes. If you're revoking my pass, I'll stop doing
A
it.
pass was like, hey, I allowed that joke.
All right. It was a one-time thing.
It's not like a free,
It's not
hey,
an all-you-can-eat
open
wristband.
season to make fun of when Matt almost died.
I will respect that. I will
Yeah.
stop at Tostitos jokes. You still said magma, though. All right,
Okay.
MAGA.
MAGA, right?
Yeah.
That shows you how much of a magma guy I am. Anyway, he gets lumped into that bro whatever. Hilarious show on Netflix called Tires. It's basically based on the guy runs this tire shop for his dad, which in real life ran a tire shop for his dad. Shane Gillis, the comedian, also worked in a mechanic shop. They made this pilot like 6 years ago. Shane Gillis like put all his money into it. Like that's where he met this one guy on it. Nothing really much happened to it. Obviously, Shane Gillis is kind of blown up. He paid for the first season to be done. He like literally like mortgaged his future earnings for tour shows that he hadn't even done yet. And it turned out to be a huge hit on Netflix. It's basically just the day in a life, like The Office, but they work in a tire shop, and like their dumb ideas they have, or the dumb things the front desk people and the manager freak out about. But if you like Shane Gillis, it's just basically like a Shane Gillis comedy show for the whole thing. He's just like completely unfiltered. And I know there are a lot of people in our fantasy group who are mostly the listeners of the show who enjoy Shane Gillis. So I will say I highly recommend checking out Tires on Netflix. If you have been to these comedy shows, normally he's pretty big on the reels. You know, I know my algorithm is filled with him. He's got some hilarious bits that he kind of works into the show, but it's all like original stuff. But it's just basically like him doing Shane Gillis with his buddies.
I would say that I'll check it out, but I don't have Netflix anymore. I could always just download it on Plex.
You literally have a unlimited.
I'll tell you, my favorite comic going right now is that Nate Bargatze guy. I think he's an absolute genius. Absolute genius.
I mean, I've seen some clips and I'll like laugh or whatever, but like, I don't think he's that funny. And that's what's so crazy about comedians, right? Is like one person's like, oh my God, I like belly laugh just like for an hour and a half. Another person's like, you think this is funny? I think that's what's so great about comedy, I guess, too, you know, or how, I'm probably going to definitely butcher this name, Tom Segura.
I've seen the name, but I don't know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I think I got that one right. Man.
I think you did.
Yeah, boom. Hopefully. He's got this show on Netflix. It's like Bad Imagine, or it's basically like 18-minute, 20-minute episodes of like Bad Thoughts or something, these crazy skits of just the most wildest things you could think of that, like, if I was this guy's friend, I would be like worried about how deep. It's the kind of show that
that guy?
Yeah. That in the first 5 minutes, this is way too much for me.
Yeah.
Talk about like controversial. It is Bad Thoughts, maybe, I think is what it's called. If you are into over the line, like, you know, like way past the South Park humor and all that kind of stuff of just like can't look, but it's also so funny, that show's for you on Netflix.
Can I get involved in Frankly Frank? Can I give a review?
Yeah.
Have you watched the show The White Lotus?
Love it.
I don't. Okay, so we're
seen all 3 seasons
again. I've only seen the first season, and even in the first season, I haven't finished the last episode yet.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I don't understand the point of this show.
The last episode is the point. It's literally going to tell you everything. It ties it all together.
So should I withhold my opinion until I've watched the last episode?
Yes, it's literally going to tell you everything.
I will say this is my only thought on it is I have never been a fan of shows where everybody is eminently unlikable, and I do not like anybody on the White Lotus.
That's the point, kind of.
Yeah, and I know.
Every season's like, and you know, every season's a different cast except for one person returns.
Okay.
There's like only one person who, like Stifler Mom is in like the second season and somebody else is in the third season, right? Or like other multiple things kind of play their way into it, but that's kind of the point, right? Like,
Natalie, don't listen to this episode. She hates spoilers.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm not giving really anything away besides somebody isn't a returning character. That's not really like a huge spoiler alert, right? I mean, you know the guy who directed that movie is, right?
No.
School of Rock. You ever seen School of Rock with Jack Black?
I've seen it, but Jack Black.
The best
I don't know
friend
who directed it.
The best friend in that movie.
I'm drawing a blank, but okay.
He's the one who came up with that show.
Well, I will say this. I'll withhold full judgment until I've seen the final episode.
Watch it.
But another thing that I strongly dislike is like the music and scoring of the show.
Yeah,
like,
we don't agree.
Why is there weird rhythmic Hawaiian drum beats over every scene?
Aren't they in Hawaii?
Yeah, I mean, they're in Hawaii, but why do you need the music kind of drowning out the
Because that's what you would hear.
No, it's what do they call it? Diegetic. So it's non-diegetic. Non-diegetic means it's music that the characters of the movie cannot hear. If it were diegetic music,
that makes sense. Yeah,
then the characters could hear it. This is non-diegetic music.
He seems like the person who every single detail has a reason for it, which I appreciate.
Okay, we'll talk. We'll have you come back after I've watched the final episode.
Yeah, and then what's next 2 seasons after that?
Is that it for Frankly Frank? Do we have additional shows to review or discuss?
No, I think that's good for right now.
Okay, I like Frank. Are we settling officially on Frankly Frank?
Yeah,
that is better than Frank being Frank.
Yeah. I'm going to say I came up with this one then.
You can I won't tell you.
TJ trademarked one of them. I don't remember what it was.
Well, then I think we are safe to move on to local news. We're going to skip national news because I didn't have time to do any real national news. And we've covered some of it anyway. So some of this information has been national. The TV shows, that's all national news.
Yeah.
Karen Reed,
we're good. Yeah.
national news. We're talking about fantasy football. That affects everybody. And on my local news, I really only had one story. But hear me out on this, Mr. Frankel. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office SWAT team. Did you read this already in the show notes? Mm-mm. So they are having an upcoming corporate fundraiser. And they're going to give teams of 5, so there are going to be 5 of us from the league, the chance to compete against the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office SWAT unit. It's a $1,000 entry. We put together a 5-man team, and we're going to take on tactical challenges, endurance activities, and use strategic thinking to win this SWAT competition against the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, like
SWAT
we
unit.
go against them.
Yes.
$1,000 buy-in?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
What are
200
they
per
raising
person.
money for?
I'm glad you asked. Thank you.
A rocket ship?
You just played a good straight man.
Wow.
So they are raising money. All proceeds go towards a child advocacy program. I didn't write down the specific name, but this is a nonprofit that specializes in interviewing children who have been victims of a crime or witness to a crime. Great cause. I like it. Good job, Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. So that's where the money goes. I don't know. Maybe there's a prize if you win it too. Maybe you get your money back. So who's going to be in our team? Who are we putting together?
TJ?
Yeah, TJ's in there.
TJ. I'd put Teague in there.
Teague. Okay.
Right? I mean, they're both good athletes. I mean, we all know that TJ is going to destroy Teague in the upcoming second tennis match.
Stirring. He's got a big stick right now in the
I mean,
pot. Just going.
John probably thinks I'm just messing around, but I think we all know that TJ is going to easily smoke him. Like, probably, if I had to guess, I'm not betting. I've already learned my lesson the hard way, but I'm going to say 6'3", 6'3".
I've never
Better
seen
than
either.
Josh, but it's not.
I've never seen either of them play tennis, so I'm staying out of this. The only reason I guess I would guess TJ would win, maybe just because he does seem to be good at everything. But Teague's also pretty good at everything too.
So that's why they should both be on this team. But I just wanted to throw that in there. If we were talking about who is more superior, we're going to find out soon in the second annual, however you want to describe this next tennis match.
Well, good job stirring up the shit.
Yeah.
So third member is Chrisman, right? Does he count?
Yes, he still counts.
Okay,
he's in the
'cause
league.
he's in the league.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crispin's the first member,
Yeah.
if we're being honest.
Yeah, Chrisman's number 1. Then TJ and Teague. I'm just going to say they're tied. You can stir the pot.
Yeah, no, it's TJ.
Okay. All right, we've got 3. Teague, not good.
Mr. Josh?
Mr. Josh?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
He's a former veteran.
He
is.
He is a veteran.
He's a
veteran.
sneaky good athlete. I'll give you that.
Well, so I like the logic too. He's a vet, right? He's going to know how to handle firearms.
Correct.
Maybe there's
right.
some shooting.
I can tell you
components
who
to
you're
this.
not putting on the team.
Fuck you, Andres.
Yeah, not putting Andres on there.
Okay. So no Andres.
So we're at what?
No Matt. And I'm not picking on you about
No,
eating
I'm
tortilla
definitely
chips.
not on there. I'm on the sidelines cheering.
We know about the running.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not even without the running. Even if it was a standing, I'm not touching that.
All right.
So what? We have 4.
We have 4.
So who's that 5th member? Who's going to add? You know who I'm probably picking? I'm picking Fagan.
Yeah, I was thinking Fagan.
Yeah.
He's got the brains. Now.
Correct. He's athletic. He's out
he's
there.
he's
doing
in
his
good
thing.
shape.
Fagan's really probably the mastermind. I just let him call the shots.
Okay. So we've got our A team here. I did probe Brian Fagan at one point. All right, so we'll put that in the league chat as well. With the rule changes, maybe we can get a fundraiser for the FCSO SWAT competition. We'll send our best men.
Here we go.
They can wear Wrong Way Roundabout's t-shirts to advertise the podcast.
Yeah, there you go. There is one thing I think we probably need to touch on this show that hasn't been done, but I'm going to do it in my own fashion, which is soccer. Do you not watch the Ryan Reynolds and the Welcome to Wrexham?
I have not seen it. I do want to watch it. My parents have watched it. They say it's great.
It is like the best you've ever seen soccer filmed and shown to watch, and like they're obviously not giving you the full game, but they're giving you like a large majority of it, but it's filmed like the best movie you've ever seen. So you're like watching the coach, you're watching the fans, you're watching the on the field, you're seeing the goals, you're hearing people talk over it, but like it's like in 8K. You know, like they have like literally fans. The best thing about it is it's not just about the team, it's also about the city. Like, so it's just mostly filmed with soccer players on the team, but also like the fans.
I don't even know where Wrexham is. Is Wrexham in Wales?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a Welsh team.
But here's this team that's
They're
really
in the English league. Though.
Yeah, right. But they were like as far down as you can be, and they've now gotten promoted 3 times. And
yeah, they're in the championship.
Right.
They're one below the Premier.
And now they've got it, and it just shows you like all the inner workings that go on in soccer, that like if you're a soccer fan, anybody who doesn't watch this show is like great. Like I can't tell you how many times I'm like so into like the games, watching it on the show, and I'm like on my phone like trying to order a jersey, but you can never order a jersey because they're always sold out. But they've like, you know, they've completely reimagined this team, the stadium, the town. Like the people from the town are famous. They're going on like talk shows. Like they're just as big as of a part of the show as the fans are.
Yeah. Have you watched this?
I have not.
I guarantee you watch one episode, you'll be like, how the heck was I not watching this? As a soccer fan, that you're literally mental enough that you guys play fantasy soccer, which is like playing fantasy baseball, which is just mind-blowingly like a whole new level of crazy addiction. The fact that you haven't watched this show just to see like the whole overall story, but also the soccer is wild.
I will check it out because I'm done with White Lotus. I only got 1 episode left anyway. Yeah. I will check it out. That's a Netflix one too, right?
No, it's FX.
FX.
Yeah.
Okay. I should be able to get that. Either way, I'll get it on Plex. I'll download. I've heard a lot of good things about it. My parents are huge soccer fans. They've watched it. They say
and you're just watching them grow, but also you're seeing like, you know, the intricacies of soccer, of how like this one guy at this level could be the best player out there, but you get bumped up 2 levels high and he's like,
and you're nobody.
You're nobody. Or like, hey, okay, if at this level, if you put $4 million into the team, like you're going to be fine. To be at the Premier League, your net worth has to be like 5 billion, you know, like, and Ryan Reynolds, who's pretty rich, is even like, oh, you know, like it, all the sponsorships, it's crazy.
So is that the goal? They're trying to get to the Premier League?
Yes. They're doing pretty damn good. They've literally
challenge show.
I don't think you couldn't write a show better than this. The fact that they've gotten promoted 3 years in a row.
I feel like it's Ted Lasso is kind of.
It is. But they're the owners instead of the coach.
Right. I'll check it out.
But they're in the same vein of like, they're not there like messing stuff up. They've got the right people in place, like the good coaches, like they've become very knowledgeable compared to where they were in like the first season, you know, and just like how they interact with the players and what part they play in it, like, and even into the city, like they're literally calling sick kids in the cancer room and bringing them out to games and the kids are sitting like in the owner box with them. It's wild.
All right. I'll check it out. All right. We got to start wrapping the show up, Alex. But before we go, give us some drama from the neighborhood. Who are the kids trashing the pool? There was a Facebook complaint about it the other day.
What trash was at the pool?
Just literally food trash, wrappers in the ground, bags, stuff like that.
I haven't left any food.
You know, if I find out it's you and there are cameras down there, I will kill you.
Murder.
It wasn't me.
Okay.
It was none of my friends.
Okay. Do you know who it was?
No.
Was it Avery?
Yeah, probably.
Are you just afraid to say because Mr. Matt's here?
What about who's talking game to who? That's what I want to know. Who you spending game at the neighborhood?
No one.
Are you sure?
Sure.
We sure? Nobody's daughter. Nobody's daughter whose father is also in the fantasy league.
No.
Are you trying to hook up with a little Natalie?
No.
Wait, what?
I have nothing to say about the.
Okay.
We're just kidding, Alex.
I know. I want to talk about. Did you see Chelsea when they won the Club World Cup and they went to go lift the trophy? Trump wouldn't leave the podium.
No, he wouldn't leave the podium. Apparently, he stole a winner's medal and the trophy as well.
Can we just talk about what a professional segue that was? Which means you pretty much answered the question for me.
You know, it was impressive too because
You got your dad's attention real fast talking Trump.
Yeah, you got me. Trump and soccer.
His two trigger words.
Whoa.
Catnip.
That was impressive.
You should have just been like, I don't know, Dad. I think Jeffrey Epstein's dead. Get out of my house.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein's alive. All right, we're going to let it go. We're not going to push you on that one. Wrapping up here. Any final topics for the show? Alexander, do you have anything?
No.
Well, we'll wrap for the evening. Mr. Frankel, thank you for returning to the podcast, much like you did your predictions on your season. So you currently have the third highest rated episode. It is Tim Arts, still has the lead. Brian Fagan came barnstorming in. I think he's been recruiting many of the Fagan clan and their significant others. So he has taken second place, but you are in third place, a very respectable third place. You're still a medalist.
Yeah, okay.
Where do you think this episode's going to land?
We'll see. I had a lot of heat. A lot of people wanted to hear what I had to say after the roundabout experience.
Yeah, everybody was looking for a comment from you.
Yeah. So I think I had a little bit more heat coming from that.
All right.
I think I've laid low.
The lesson learned is, well, you were trying to spin up controversy before you came on in the chat with the tennis match. You're definitely getting, you're definitely getting John's at.
Yeah, that's the point. As long as you get one.
You got one for sure. Yeah, Teague's going to show up at TJ's house at like 2:00 in the morning. Like, we're playing.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's a thing.
All right. Thank you for Frankly Frank. A good section.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with all of your opinions.
Yeah,
but I
that's
respect
the point,
them.
though, right?
I respect them, sir.
And on a review, you don't ask for
Opinions.
Just so we get that straight.
But a review is an opinion. We're all allowed to have opinions.
I give my opinion, right?
This is not, Frankly Frank is not a democratic process. We can't all chime in.
No, it's a review. I'm giving you a review of something.
Okay. But I mean, like when I watch Siskel and Ebert, who I think they're both dead.
They are.
And I never watched them anyway. I just lied to set this whole thing up.
They didn't argue like, oh, really? You didn't like this part of the movie?
Wasn't that their whole bit?
No, it wasn't like first take.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought that was like...
Maybe it's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't remember it being like first take where they went back and forth.
I thought it was. I thought that like that was their thing, was that they argued about movies together.
Well, it wasn't John Black's segment of Frankly Frank with his guest co-host. That we were going Spitfire.
I'm going to start my own podcast with hookers.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we're still supposed to have you on for a Crossfire segment with Mr. Sean Baldwin.
But everything that Shane says, even the name he calls himself, you can't believe.
All right. Well, we'll wrap up. But Matt, by the time I've turned off all these cameras and stopped recording on this show, I'm going to open up the messenger chat. You'll be home by then.
Yeah.
And I expect to see that you floated some of these new league rules out there. At a minimum, kill the tight end
I think it will
spot.
get lost at 11 o'clock. I think it's like a midday, ruin everybody's workday kind of thing.
I feel like everybody should wake up to it.
A lot of these guys go to sleep early. I'm not an early sleeper.
Alex, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
No new TikTok challenges,
No.
right? That's the whole reason you're on the show.
Mommy? I'm a mommy.
Mamacita?
Mamacita?
No,
Mommy.
I'm a mommy.
No, I'm a mom.
All right. Keep investigating for us because I can't participate in your memery on Love Island.
Just literally go onto anything that you could search on the interweb and put in
Mamacita.
Mommy, Love Island.
Okay.
And you'll see every single thing that you need to know.
Where she asked him to carry him through the water and he's just like,
There's
"No, I'm
that
not
part.
doing
And
that."
then, so there's this one girl who like for half the season, everybody was like, thought she was super crazy. And she like had this one guy, she didn't want anybody else. She like shut down everybody else. They ended up voting him off like halfway through. But before he got voted off, he had to date like another girl. And they set up this date on the beach for them to go do. And she's obviously like super butthurt. They're like having a hard time. And she's like, so what did you guys do? And he was like, oh, they like went to this beach and, did this like dinner on the beach. And she's like, oh, really great. Like they just went and did like my dream date. Like, cool, like what's next? And like this was like a meme that everybody went like, and he was like, what are you talking about? I didn't set this up. Like I didn't know that was your dream date, nor did I set this up for this other girl. But she was like so crazy that she was like, oh, what? Like, so that's, you just went on like my dream date with this other girl. And he was like, I had nothing to do with it. So she's gotten a couple great memes out of it. That's really going to carry her for at least 6 months.
All right. Well, I will watch Welcome to Wrexham. I'll watch Love Island.
No, don't watch the show. Just Google bomb me.
I kind of want to see the show. We'll do Jocelyn John. That could be my Frankly Frank.
There you go.
We'll come back and I'll review your reviews. All right. Well, we're signing out for the evening. Alex, thank you for joining us. Matt, as always, thank you for being part of the show, sir.
Thank you for having me. And wait, I'd like to say one final thing.
Fuck you, Andre.
You're going to have to count them when you hear the episode.
Okay.
All right. Well, the over-under was 9.
I'm going to say 11 we got.
Probably pretty close. All right. I will see you in the chat tomorrow, sir.
Appreciate it.
And I support 6 points for QBs and killing of tight ends. Well done.
And reshuffling the schedule.
Sure. Yeah. Reshuffle the schedule. I'm on board for that one too. I assumed we already were. If we're not,
I think we were going to. I don't think that's a rule change. I think that's like just common sense.
All right. We're getting there. The league is getting, you can feel it.
Yeah.
We're starting to talk.
We're not raising the fee though.
Yeah. 150, TJ.
Yeah.
150. What is it? 125?
And I never had any ideas of voting you out. I'd like to just make that clear. One final time, John printed it out or copied it, and whatever he did, there was never any intention of voting TJ out.
TJ, I will take a picture of the show notes, text it to you, and you can make your own determination.
The show notes that you created.
I did, but I copied and pasted your text.
It's like some Karen Reed stuff you're doing right now.
It says, yeah, you're guilty though. All right. Signing out. See you guys in the chat. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Frankel.
Thank you.
Now we're singing this tune to avoid lawsuits. NFL execs got me quaking in my boots. Sorry, Sir Elton, it was just a joke. John